Hello everybody, my name is Cole from the Cole Sports Channel, and today we're here doing an NBA bracket challenge for the NBA playoffs. The group I'm in, if you guys want to know, is Sports Fury YT. It's run by these two guys from the Sports Fury, a YouTube channel. Go ahead and check them out. They do NBA play-by-plays, and they do some pretty fun stuff, and are a fun two guys in a really good community. So now let's go ahead and start the predictions. We have the LA Lakers versus the Portland Trailblazers. I think the LA Lakers are gonna come. They're gonna do amazing. Okay, play a heck of a game. But to be completely honest, I think Portland honestly might pull it out in 7 games. That's gonna be a shock. But dude, I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, I kind of want it to happen because that would be an amazing upset. But I do have Portland going and beating the LA Lakers. Now to the Houston Rockets, the OKC Thunder. Here I think the Rockets are going to go and win, probably in 6. Probably Russell Westbrook's going to probably be out for a few of those games. But can OKC, can they win those games? Maybe one, maybe two if he's out for 2 games. We're just going to have to see, but I do have Houston winning. Now, you know what? I have OKC winning in 6 because of the whole front court. I think the bigger men are going to come in clutch. So now we have Denver versus Utah, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic versus Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Now those are two guys, they're pretty much on the same level, pretty much, both of them. But then it's going to come down to the other guys, Paul Millsap, Michael Porter Jr., Utah Conley, maybe some other guy. So I do have Denver probably going to go ahead and win in 6 there. Now the LA Lakers versus the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, they have good players, they just don't know how to play defense. They're just not the best defensive team, and I think LA will be able to shut down Luka and Kristaps. Obviously they have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, they have Patrick Beverly. They're just an amazing defensive team, and I think the LA is going to go ahead and win in 5. Now that we're going to the Eastern Conference, Milwaukee versus Orlando, I don't think there's much to be said, except Milwaukee's going to win in 5. Orlando somehow always finds out a way to win at least one game in the playoffs, so here we go. They're going to win in 5. Now the Indiana Pacers versus the freaking Miami Heat. This is going to be a very interesting series. This is probably going to be my favorite series out of the whole first round. TJ Warren versus Jimmy Buckets. It's going to be such an interesting series, but at the end of the day, I do have Miami winning in 6. I just think they have a better team overall, and Miami is going to go ahead and win. Now they were going to Boston versus Philly. I think Boston's going to win, better overall players, and also with Ben Simmons being out, I think this is going to be a really good series for Boston to win, and I think they're going to go ahead and win in 5. Now, Toronto versus Brooklyn. I think Toronto's going to win, and I think this is going to be the only sweep in the first round in the whole playoffs. Toronto's going to sweep Brooklyn. They just got a better team overall. There's no Kyrie, there's no KD for Brooklyn. I just think without them two, Brooklyn's not going to be able to beat Toronto. Maybe it would be a whole different story if KD and Kyrie were available, but they're not. So Toronto's going to go ahead and win that in 4. Now back to the Western Conference, we have Portland versus OKC. I'm going to have Portland winning. They just got a way better backcourt. Probably a better front court also, and just overall bud team. And Portland's going to go ahead and win that, and they're going to the Western Conference Finals. Now, Denver Nuggets versus the LA Lakers. It's going to be the LA Lakers. I think for the defense, it's going to be hard to stop LA with the offense and the defense. That with Denver, they got a good team, but I just don't see them beating the LA Lakers. Not the Lakers, the Clippers, and there you go. Clippers are going to win and go into the Western Conference Finals. Now that we're going here in Eastern Conference, now Milwaukee versus Miami. This is going to be a very good series. I do have Miami winning in 6. I don't think Milwaukee's going to be able to hang with Miami, even though they do have Giannis. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. I think they'll be able to beat Milwaukee. And usually around this time, Milwaukee does start to, I guess crumble in some way. it's just I don't know if they're going to be able to focus on the game, and I think Miami is going to win. Now, could the Milwaukee win? Yes, for sure. I do think Milwaukee can still win, but I just think Miami's going to win. Actually, I'm going to have it in 7. So there you go. Toronto versus Boston. This is going to be a very interesting series, but I do have Toronto coming in clutch, and I think they'll win in 6. I think they'll understand how important this game is. I don't think they're going to go ahead and take Boston lightly, and I don't know. I do just have a feeling that Toronto's going to go ahead and beat the Boston Celtics. Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam. You got Fred VanVleet. Now, when you compare him to Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kemba Walker, Boston does sound like a better team. But I mean, this is a bracket challenge, and there's upsets, and I would probably maybe consider this an upset, possibly, even though Boston did destroy Toronto in the restart. But I think Toronto's gonna win. I think the underdog's gonna come in and win these games. I think this is gonna be probably the only 2, maybe 3 underdog games I do have going, but we're gonna have to see what happens here. Now, Portland Trailblazers versus the LA Lakers. I think it's gonna be not the Lakers. I'm sorry, the Clippers in 6. This is where Portland's run comes to an end. The defense is gonna be able to stop, maybe not Dame as much, but they'll be able to slow him down just a little bit. Maybe score 20 something points when he's been scoring 40, 50 points each game. That's where Dame might slow down just a little bit. Obviously, Patrick Beverly, Lou Will, and then when it comes to bigger men, obviously Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the LA Clippers, and they'll also have Montrezl Harrell back. I just don't think Portland's big men might be able to compete, I guess, because most of their big men are centers and power forward. But when you have more athletic guys in as a small forward as your bigger men, I just think Clippers are going to win, and they're going to go to the finals. Right here. And now we have Miami versus Toronto. I'm going to have Toronto winning this game, probably in 7. It's going to be such a good series to watch once again, but I think Toronto will come out on top this time. Clippers versus Toronto. Now, this is going to be a very interesting storyline. That's some reason why I did choose Toronto, low-key, to come all the way, but I just do think they're going to win all their games right here. Win all their series and make it to the finals. But Toronto versus Clippers, I think it's going to be Clippers probably in 6. Yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. But Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, I think is going to be too much for Toronto. And I think Kawhi is going to get his 3rd finals MVP and his 3rd finals championship. So there you go. This is my prediction, and the tiebreaker, I think I'm going to go ahead and go 8 points in the first game. So that's pretty much it for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And Cole, signing out. Peace.